What's happening, everybody, and welcome back to
the Play Everything Show. The show where we play everything.
Or at least we try to. I'm Teddy.
And I'm Rachel, and we'll be your hosts for the show.
Now, the word badass has been thrown around this show a lot.
But what does it actually mean to be a badass?
Well, being a badass is having a plan, overcoming all the odds, and looking cool while doing it.
And that's why these are our top picks for games that will make you feel like a badass. You can't talk about badasses without mentioning first Kratos, the god of war, who is a god-fighting, beast-slaying, terrible hunk of a man who basically was like, I'm done fighting the Olympians, now I'm gonna fight the Norse gods with my cute son Atreus, with my Leviathan axe. Yeah, the fighting in this is up close and personal and utterly visceral. You get the sense that you're right over his shoulder and watching him as he freaking pounds through the eyes of monsters with his axe.
So now we have Marcus Holloway, the main protagonist for Watch Dogs 2. And you are based in San Francisco, and he is the man with the plan. He is a genius hacker who can use all sorts of skills at his disposal to get rid of all his enemies, to infiltrate all sorts of locations. So you have your classic billet ball as a melee weapon, you have 3D printed guns at your disposal, and of course his magical suite of hacking devices. You have your normal phone, and then you have all sorts of remote control drones and devices that he needs. If you are looking for the badass that has a plan, Marcus is your guy. And if Watch Dogs 2 isn't enough for you, check out Watch Dogs Legion coming out on March 2020.
If you took a genetically enhanced perfect human specimen and trained him to be the world's greatest hitman, you would have Agent 47. Now, if you've been keeping up with our Play Everything episodes, you'd have seen Teddy play Agent 47 in Hitman 2. Now, let me tell you, this character is single-handedly responsible for my fear of bald men in suits and red ties.
So another way of being a badass is not always about having a plan. It's sometimes showing that all these cool and amazing feats doesn't really need a lot of effort. And Nathan Drake is the one that does this kind of things on a daily basis. While he's out there exploring and doing his thing, treasure hunting, it seems like he can do all this without breaking a sweat. And that's how much of a badass he is. He's able to pick up girls, have awesome comebacks and quips, as well as, know a thing about treasure hunting and climbing all these dangerous pathways. Looking for the badass? Nathan Drake is the guy for you.
If any game and any character deserves to be on this list, it is Geralt of Rivia from Witcher 3. He is a child of both worlds. His mother is a sorceress and his father is a warrior. So what is he? A superhuman magical badass warrior. That's what he does. He hunts down beasts, he gets the girls, and he uses his swords and his ranged weapons and his magical abilities to rescue and protect the innocent. That is why Geralt deserves to be on this list. He is also dead as handsome. That is also a plus point. Underneath it all, he is a hero with a heart who will always do the right thing. Now, The Witcher is even getting its own Netflix series. And some might say that The Witcher is so badass that only a Superman could play him.
For all you Persona 5 fans out there, I bet you never see this coming. Joker, our main protagonist of the Persona 5 series, is the embodiment of badass. He's our shadow-slaying, mementos-busting, and all-round good-looking character. So he is someone that is so badass, he has powers his other allies, the Phantom Thieves, don't even have. He is so badass that when he fights the shadows, his own soundtrack plays as well. And he's known to have his harem of ladies all around him for his power-ups, known as his confidants. So you know what you need to do to be a badass. You take your hand to your face and you shout, Persona!
In a world full of snakes, you get to play Venom Snake, a military badass in Metal Gear Solid 5. So, you can choose to infiltrate camps and complete missions with an assorted variety of interesting and unique gadgets, or even stealth methods. You know what other cool games you can do in this game? You can surf cardboard boxes, you can intimidate enemies with water guns, and even distract enemies with posters of babes. Yeah, so there's all kinds of really cool things you can do in this game that makes you feel like a badass. And best of all, it is Kojima's grand opus to the Metal Gear Solid series. And who doesn't love that guy, one of the biggest badasses of all time? Speaking of which, Kojima's latest title, Death Stranding, is coming out soon on PS4, so stay tuned for that! And those were our top picks for the games that will make you feel like a badass.
Some of the titles that we mentioned are a part of the summer sale that is happening right now. So if you want to feel like a badass, head on down to the PlayStation Store to check these games out. But nonetheless, I'm Teddy.
And I'm Rachel. We'll see you next time to
Play Everything.